why would Oathbound not work? Like, that makes no sense. Why would Oathbound? Tracy Deonn. What? Well, divas, the time has come for me to eat my words. I was like in my 5-star video, why would Oathbound not work? Bad news for you, girlie. Little does she know. Before I start this, I want to say, no hate to the author, no hate to the fandom. I still love the fandom. I still like the series. It's just this one did not work for me. So this is not a positive review of Oathbound. And I'm not, if you like Oathbound, I love that for you. If you hate Oathbound, welcome to the club. But this is not, I'm not trying to be like mean or like disrespectful. This is just a book. This is not serious. Don't take this personally. But I just want to put that out here because I don't want like anyone to feel like I'm attacking them, because I do love the series. Like I said, I was so excited for this series. It's just this one didn't work for me. And this will be talking about going through the process of me, why I don't like it. So I'm sorry to whoever loves this series. I am so sorry, girl. It's a no from me, dog. It's a no from me, unfortunately. So yeah. Hi divas, we're back. I am here because I started Oathbound by Tracy Deonn. Yeah. So I have book 1 and 2. I read them. But I read Oathbound like 2023, fall 2023. So 2 years ago, almost. I don't remember much. And currently, I think I'm on page 40 of Oathbound, and it's showing. As like they talk about more things, I'm getting it. Also, this is going to be spoiler free. So right now, from how last book ended, she got taken by a demon. And then it's just him about to train her. That's all I know so far. That's all I know. It was still a good book. It's still good so far. I'm scared because it's 600 pages, and I only have until 7:30 on Friday to finish this book. And it's already Monday, and it's already 6:30. I need to lock the fuck in, but I can't read it tonight yet because I have like a therapist appointment in a couple minutes. But these books are so fucking pretty, bro. They're so pretty. So I still haven't bought the ebook. Don't ask me why. Something is telling me don't buy it yet. But like if it expires Friday, I don't want to buy the ebook and then buy because I know I want the physical book too. So I don't want to buy the ebook and then buy the physical book. That's like $40 when I could just buy one. So we don't know yet, but yeah. I'll let you know. I'm telling you, nothing has happened. I'm only at page 40. I'm like 5%. So I need to start reading. I didn't read much today. So I need to start reading. But yeah, it's another day. It is yet again nighttime. And I have read a little bit more into Oathbound. Have I read as much? More as I'd like to? So let's talk about it. Last time we checked in, I was on page 40. Now I'm page 104. It's not so bad. I'm enjoying it more. Last night, I only read like a chapter more last night. And then today I read some more. So it's not bad. I'm remembering things. I'm looking back at my previous review because when I read it both times, I did a lot of updates and activities. And the activity place and Goodreads, I did a lot of updates. And then in my reviews, I'm able to like put 2 and 2 together and figure out what's happening. Anyways, I didn't like So. From last time I remember, I didn't like So. Brianna pissed me off. She did not listen to nobody. She irritated me. And I saw that in my notes. And as I'm reading it now, I'm like, yeah, I see. Yeah, you did irritate me. So there's that. There's a queer ship in there. I like Larkin and William. I like them. I ship them. Still do. Honestly, I don't think I said it last time. I personally want a harem, or is it like a reverse harem? Is that what it's called? Between Cell and Nick and Brianna. That's what I want. I want a polyamorous relationship. I want Nicholas and Cell to kiss. I don't remember if Nick was in a relationship from the last book, because I read it January of 2023. You know how long ago that was? That was a full 2 years ago. I read it 2 years ago, so I don't remember. And I'm just like putting it together as I get through it, because like now they're introducing characters. I was like, who is this? And so I'm just learning from there, but I do want them to kiss. There could never be too many queer relationships in a book, in my opinion. So I want that, but I'm assuming. I know I hated Zell because he was an asshole last time. I don't remember why he pissed me off, but I kept saying he's pissing me off. And I know for a fact Brianna pissed me off because Brianna was doing stupid shit. Because she don't listen. She don't listen. She don't understand she has a support system. That was an aspect that I seen. She says, I have no one. I'm like, babes, you have this entire order of people like trying to get to you. I'm not jinxing. I'm trying not to like spoil anything, so you don't know why. But yeah, like I said, the book is good so far. It's already 9 something. I don't know what time it is. My watch is over there. It's at least 9:10, almost 9:30. So I won't be doing much reading tonight, and I'm tired. Okay, I just got home. Let me put my stuff down. Something came. Very exciting. It came a day early. Okay, we're opening it together. I feel like y'all are crooked. What the hell? We're opening it together. You're seeing it before I do. Oh, it's so pretty. Let me get a bookmark. This is my bookmark cup. This is the bookmark. I got this a long time ago. It says, "Where stardust meant to shine." Honestly, though, I usually leave it in the sleeve because I don't want to mess it up. But anyways, I think I am... I'll deal with that later. I think I'm on page 1 something something. Ooh, it's purple. Okay, good morning. Today's Saturday. I'm updating you now. Today I have a couple things to do. I have a doctor's appointment. Today I have a doctor's appointment. And then there's like this bookish event happening. So I like reading is such like, it's my bag. Reading is such like a personal thing that you do on your own, and you literally logistically you don't have to spend any money to read, and you don't like there's no barrier to entry. Like if you have a library card, you can start reading. And so because of that, it's such a solitary feeling for me because it's all in my head. And so I don't have a lot of bookish friends. So this year I decided I wanted to like hang out with more bookish people. And so because of that, I'm going to bookish events. I joined a book club, and now this is like basically a coffee place hosts something. A coffee place hosts something bookish, and basically like you just come there and read and vibe. And I'm like I'm a yapper. I can talk to people. I got this. So that's what I'm getting ready for. It's already 9:30, so I have to like do my face. And while I do that, I'm gonna talk to you about Legendborn. No, Oathbound. So I'm on page 270, which is officially I think 42%. I was gonna do more last night, but I drank before bed, and yeah, I promptly felt, I was like, oh, I'm gonna stay up till 2, yada yada yada. I was about to pass out by 12:30. So did not do that, but I did get a little bit into it. I've been panicking all week about the fact that my ebook is going back to the library. I was going back last night, and then I remembered there's a way to make it not disappear from my Kindle. So if you don't know this, you know Kindle like updates So I put my Kindle in airplane mode. So my book is returned to the library so someone else can read it. I'm not holding it hostage. It's just that my Kindle hasn't been updated since yesterday afternoon. So I still have that Kindle book on there. So I hope that works. So it's on airplane mode. So like it's not gonna update until I take it off airplane mode. And I'm not gonna do that until I finish the book. And I also noticed that my book for my book club is already downloaded on there, so I can do it all week. I don't have a time limit. And and my phone's Kindle is up to date. My phone's Kindle app is up to date, but it's just my Kindle device is on airplane mode because I don't want the book to disappear, but I don't want to hold it from someone else who wants to read it. So that's what we're doing. It's great. It's very exciting. Anyways, where I am in the book right now, it's like Brianna fighting back against the forces against her. Here's my thing. My thing is this. So my problem is the fact that Brianna is like a Mary Sue main character. She's not plain by any means, but like I feel like a way for the plot to work is for everything to work out for her because she's the main character. It has to work out. So I feel like there's a lack of conflict of things not working out for her because like it has to work out in the end. And I'm assuming this is the last book of the series. What do I mean by that? I mean like she's fighting against like the person who captured her at the end of the last book, and like the way she's talking to that man, I'm like, you ain't scared he gonna take your, like, what the fuck? And like I don't know, I just think it's unrealistic. But like it's me as an adult, I'm like, don't do that. But I understand that her as a younger person, I don't know why they're yelling, none of my business, but like as a young person myself, like as a teen, I probably would argue not understanding like this man is letting her do whatever. I'm like, it's because he's gonna eat you by the end of this book. I hope that's not what happens, but I'm like, this man is letting you do all this foolishness because he's about to have a fucking bite of you by the end of this book. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so it's just weird to me because I'm like, this man has been around for centuries and he letting you talk to him like that. So it's like but that's the aspect where it's unrealistic to me because I feel like she is like, everything is working out her because it needs to. And like the author isn't, I feel like, giving like a path of resistance for her. Like obviously she's the main character and she's the heroine. It's gonna work out in the end some way, somehow. But I wish there was like more resistance. That's what I need. I want it to be like more resistance to her in the end, but there isn't. So are we slaying? Am I slaying? I need to throw this out. This is done. I feel like that scene from like, I've never watched Euphoria, but the scene was like, you look like a country bumpkin, and she's like, in a good way or a bad way. That's literally me right now. Like, this shirt is very booby, and typically, yeah, I do love giving boob, but not today. Bitch, you better be joking. I've never watched Euphoria, but like that scene is what I'm feeling right now. Like, do I look good or do I look bad? When I said I wanted to leave by 10, I didn't mean that literally. What the fuck? How do I put on this dress? Oh. I feel like this is cute. I'll show you my outfit later because I'm late. For now, I hope you can see the slide. This is my outfit. With my shoes. Very exciting. I love it. Anyways. I felt so bad at my doctor's office because they could not find my veins. So I'm going to go to my car to decompress and then I'm going to the thrift store. I just realized I never showed you guys what I got at the thrift store. So I'm adding this clip as I'm editing. So I got 2 pants. I came for shorts, but I didn't find shorts, so I got pants and I turned them into shorts. The first one is these denim pants. They're Lucky brand, and I turned them into shorts. I've been wearing them all week. They're very comfortable, very stretchy. I can wear them. It's not too bad. And then I got these like utility pants that I turned into shorts. Oh, this is the front. I haven't worn them yet. except of when I was trying them on and cutting them and stuff. But I'm so excited to wear them this weekend. But that's what I got at the thrift store. I didn't tell you guys before. I completely forgot. So there you go. Thank you. I'm here to tell you, divas, that I have bad news. Yeah. I am 72% through Oathbound. I'm still not into it. There's a couple of things. I really wanted to enjoy this. Like, I've been so excited to read this book since it came out. Something about it. Maybe it's because last time I listened to an audiobook, and yes, I think audiobook reading is valid, but when I listen to audiobooks, I'm usually driving or doing something, and so maybe it's because when I was reading it last time, I wasn't paying close enough attention. But like, when I find out when I read physical books, I'm typically more critical because I'm entirely focused on the book. So everything I see, so some things, there's been some like grammar, which is not a big deal. That's not the reason why I'm not liking it. Because why I'm not liking it is the structure. This is a YA fantasy novel. And this book definitely shows it. And it's not that I wish the subject matter, it's not that I wish there was more nuance, but I wish some things weren't just beat over my head. I wish some things wasn't getting beaten into my head. But again, it's for a younger audience. So maybe that's why it's getting beat into my head. And yeah. And it has, like, I feel like the structure of the book, like, it needed more editing because there's a lot of repetition in there. Like the same sentences getting repeated, and yeah. And it's corny. The worst sin of all. Do I love corny books? Yes, but this book is corny and I don't like it because it's repetitive. The plot is just boring. Nothing happens. Nothing interesting happens until well over 50% into the book. Imagine that. Nothing of interest happens over 50% of the book. Truly, you can pick up the book halfway through and just say, hey, these past couple months, they've been training. And then you'd be like, okay, you would understand enough to get into what happens after 50%. And now this thing is like, it's like the author had the main event and she had to bring all the characters together again after separating them at the end of the last book. And so that progress of bringing them together into this new instance in this book takes 50% of the book. And that is very boring because it's just exposition and like growing montage. Y'all, I finished Oathbound. I know. First off, I finished it. I'm stuck between a 2 and a 3 star. I want to rate it a 2 star because this is such a disappointment from the predecessors. And this is a fucking slap in the face. But I wanted it a 3 star because I liked the author and the writing style. But this book objectively was not constructed well. This was disrespectful. I want to rate this a 2 stars out of spite. Because first of all, this book only needed to be this long. It didn't have, the first half of the book was not good. When I tell you, the first half is just, like I said, it felt like, first of all, the book felt rushed. She usually has 2 years between her books. I don't care if an author takes 5 years to update a series. Give me a good final product. I don't give a fuck. So the fact that she took the 2 years, which was fine, I don't care. She should have taken longer because this was rushed. This was not good. What do I mean? As I started reading it, first of all, there was grammatical errors and there was a lot of repeating sentences. Like, it should have been edited more. There was grammatical errors and there was a lot of repeated sentences. Is this a reason why I would not like a book? I won't like a book if it's repetitive. I'll tell you that. But I wouldn't rate it 2 stars because it's repetitive. No, I don't like it because the book, first of all, it felt like the author knew where she wanted the book to be. The main event, if you read this, you know, the main event that leads to the end of the book. She knew where that is supposed to be. And so she had to work her way towards that. Personally, I didn't give a fuck about what the fuck they were doing before the main event, because at the main event, that's when the book got slightly interesting. Before that, it was just montages. You could have had each character get a chapter, and then you're like, you got it, good. And then you get into the main event. And this book is disrespectful, because first of all, I went into this thinking that I realize I'm yelling, that it was the last book of the series. It is not the last book of the series, because I was like reading this like 40%. I said, how is this book series gonna end? By 70%, I said, oh, y'all trying to get more money from me. Am I gonna read the last book? I don't know. I might. But this was like bad. You should have taken more time. This was bad. I hate being a hater because I love this series so much, and I've rated, I think, both book 1 and 2 5 stars. But this was rushed. This was not well written, and it was very repetitive. There was errors in there. It needed more editing. It needed more cutting. The first half of this book did not need to exist, because the first half didn't really add anything to the end. What you gleaned from the first half for the second half of the book could have been given to you in one fucking chapter per each character. I didn't have to go through all this. It was multiple POVs. It was like, I'm counting. There was Bree, there was Nick, there was William, there was, actually, I don't think Nick had a POV. No, there was Bree, William, Natasha, and then who else? I think Zoe had a POV. Like, there was so many POVs that I didn't need all that. Oh, there was Maria. I didn't need all that. What? I think this would have been better if it started at the excited event. Maybe it would have made it more confusing. It started at the inciting event saying, hey, they met at this thing. This is happening. Okay, now let's see how they got there. So they start at that inciting event. Like, as you give them the main plot of what's happening, the end, you are going back and giving required information about what you need to know. Everything happening, I don't care, because it's just bullshit that I started like glazing through. I couldn't for the life of me understand why she did that, because that was stupid. Or if you didn't want to keep going flipping back in time, then what you could have done is just had those events explained to me previously in less than 300 pages. Don't piss me off. I hate that shit. This book did not need to be this long. And the stake of this book, the high stakes, this book had no stakes, no tension. This was completely a filler. And I think this is such a disservice to the series and to the fandom. This was such a filler. There was no stakes. I at no point in this book said, I wonder how they're going to get out of this one. Because, first of all, the writing, the way the story set up did not make me care. And second of all, the way the characters, everything just happened too conveniently. I said before that if this is the final book of the series, I understand why the author may want everything to work out because it's ending the series. But this is not the last book of the series. Why wasn't there more friction and more fighting? Like, everyone's like, Brie, you're such a smart girl. Brie, you're like so gorgeous and awesome, and you're like the best person out there. You're better than all of us. I'm like, can you show me that? All I hear is her whining and her not having memories. And then, like, I read book 1 and 2. Now, is she not a smart girl? Yes, but she's still fucking stubborn and stupid as fuck sometimes. Does she have a good soul? She does have a good soul. That's not the problem. The problem is, you told me. That's why I felt this is rushed. You told me. You didn't show me. At no point in this book did I feel the high stakes of the situation. At no point in this book did I feel that Brie deserved all this praise she's been getting. At no point in this book did I feel like the antagonist of this book was actually dangerous. They started showing me the dangerous person, the antagonist of the book, halfway through the book. They started showing, she started having these thoughts halfway through, and I said, I thought this was already obvious. I thought you already knew this. I guess not. And then the whole way into how she got into how she could defeat this big bad, that I was like, that's the stupidest shit. I don't fucking understand what's happening here. Tracy, Deonn, fix it. I don't like it. I hate being a hater because I love the series, but this was trash. Unfortunately, this was trash. I'm so sorry. This was a disrespect. This was disrespectful. I should be paying you for making me read this. This is disrespectful. This is disrespectful. It took me so long to read because I didn't enjoy it. I'm rating it 2 stars, maybe 2.5. I don't think I'm rating it a 3, a 2.5. Potentially, maybe a 2. Because I don't like this. This is disrespectful. This is... Inherently, this book is not well constructed. Inherently, this book is rushed. Inherently, this book has too much plot, grammatical repetition in there for it to be a good book. Inherently, this book does not need to be this long. This book could have been cut in half if the author had just taken the time to with an editor to edit it and make things make sense, because you explained everything to me chronologically and then you started flipping back in time and then you took a lot of things from the character. I'm not insane, because I looked on Goodreads and people said, yeah, this is crazy. The only 5 reviews are people who haven't even read it yet. They're just excited because the review's out, which is one thing Goodreads does that I fucking hate. I'm like, why are you writing a review if you never read the book? Whatever. Don't piss me off. That's what the want to read option is for. You just say want to read and then you go on with your business. Whatever. Don't piss me off. But yeah, this book was mid. This was a disappointment to the series. This author can do so much better than this. This author fell into the YA traps. This author fell into the traps that young adult readers do not have comprehension, do not have problem solving, which is something it was actively working against in the first 2 books in this series, in my opinion. This book got annoying because it got preachy and it got corny. It was preachy and corny. I'm like, I understand your audience is young adults, but young adults are not fucking stupid. They're not fucking stupid. If this book had been an adult series, maybe it would have been better, because it wouldn't be, and I don't want it to be an adult because she was doing it just fine before, but now it was corny. It got corny. This is so crazy. This is gonna be so petty. So this book talked about consent, which, whatever, we're trying to tell teenagers, you gotta get a complete yes. I agree. But it kept doing it. I'm like, we get it. We get it. I just felt like a lot of things in there made it corny, and it made it repetitive. It made it annoying. It felt preachy. I didn't like that. I know your audience is YA, but young adults teenagers aren't fucking stupid. They're not fucking stupid. You don't have to beat their head with some shit like 6 fucking times. You don't have to say the same fucking plot point 6 fucking times. They're not fucking stupid. When I was fucking 16 reading fantasy, when I was a teen reading fantasy, I wasn't fucking stupid. I could have gotten the fucking point. Like, I don't like this book. It assumes that the reader is stupid sometimes. She didn't do it on purpose, but she still did it, and I didn't like that. So, unfortunately, this book review was not a good one because I didn't like it. I hope I have another video idea, and I hope this one goes better. But yeah, I am so sorry. I don't want you to tell you not to read this, because if you want to read it, absolutely read it. And like I said, I still love the author. It's just like this book was weak and a disrespect to the series. But yeah, I'm so sorry that I didn't like this. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I really wanted to enjoy it. I truly did. I really gave it a college try. I put my effort. I didn't even start talking shit about the book until I hit 70%. Look at that. Usually by 50, I'm like, fuck this. I would DNF a book like this. But I was like, you know what, Passy? Try it. Maybe the end will fix it. It did not. The ending actually pissed me off more. No, it didn't piss me off. I got nothing. I was like, this is supposed to be, oh my God, how could we have... I don't care. I don't care. And also, my ship is Sal and Bree. I don't give a fuck about Nicholas. I don't give a fuck about Nicholas. And this entire book was Bree and Nicholas. I don't give a fuck about Nicholas. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I like Sal. That's the only one I like. I like Salon. Like, get that man off my fucking page. So that is also why this was very Bree and Nick focused. I'm assuming their end game. Yeah, this book, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I mean, did Sal do things in the past book that pissed me off? Absolutely. But, like, I liked him more as a character because he was more nuanced. Nick is just like, I'm the hero. And Sal is, like, more... I like morally great characters. So, that's my thoughts. So, I hope you enjoyed me losing my mind. I hope you try this, and hopefully you like it more than I did, because I wish her the best and I want her to get her flowers. And I hope the next book is not as bad, because I genuinely like this author. But yeah, later.